Nico Robin's been one-shotted. Wow. Can we have a moment of silence? Nico Robin got one-shotted. Are you fucking serious? Yo, I was not expecting this because Devil Fruit, she's got a Devil Fruit. I thought she was going to have a hand in the fight. Literally. You know, pun intended because of her Devil Fruit ability. But, you know, it shows like the intelligence, you know. Basically, she thought that she could outmaneuver Enryu, okay? She thought she could outmaneuver him. You know, she withheld a few information, and Enryu figured out where the golden bell, and by extension, where the poneglyph is, by looking at the little tidbits that she dropped and putting together the information she was trying to withhold. So I totally understand that, man. I totally understand that. But wow. Was not expecting Nico Robin to be hit like that. And for a moment, I thought maybe Nami had raced out there because she's like, Robin! And it's just like, yo, she got zapped. And it's in this chapter, Enryu is coming off dangerous. Like, I thought maybe him and Gan Fall would, like, not Gan Fall, Gan Fall would end up getting in a fight, right? I thought that was going to be hot. You know, the former Kami, the current Kami. He reduces him to fodder, man. This is like Yamcha in the Cyberman bad. Like, he's like 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, 20 million votes, and he electrocutes the fuck out of Gan Fall, man. Gan Fall. I keep saying Gan Fall because that's what the Viz translation is, and the subtitle I read said Gan Fall, so that's why I slip up sometimes. I know some of you guys, you've been here from the beginning, you know Zoro, Zolo. It's the Vizism. So I call them Vizisms because Viz translates some stuff wrong. L's and R's, Japanese translation, Google translates probably what they use. So just little stuff like that, man. So I totally understand it. But wow, Robin taken out of it, and it just raises the stakes. And knowing that we're getting towards the end of the volume makes it even more impressive that Oda is just continuing to ramp it up, even though we're in the final battle. With no sign of Luffy, and it makes sense. What's going to happen? Gan Fall defeated. Gan Fall defeated. Zoro rushes out. I can't believe you struck down Robin. Out of here. Wyper is about to get finished off. Luffy comes out. Or Luffy comes out as he approaches Nami. It's going to be something like that, man. It just seems like at this point, you know, he's unstoppable, okay? Like, even Nami says the human body should not be able to withstand the lightning. So, with all of that stuff out of the way, you know, I kind of rushed through that. With all that out the way, I want to focus on two sections of this chapter because this is one of those chapters where there's so much damn detail, man. So much detail. God, good God. So, it opens up. You have Gan Fall saying, you know, they just want the homeland back, referring to the Shandians. And it shows that he was a good ruler, but also he's not above looking at what he as a ruler has done and saying our people might be at fault, okay? And to get political for a little bit, you know, and just to be clear, I have friends in the military, so I'm not disrespecting, but to get political, it's the mark of a good leader when you can sit there and say our country has fucked up a few times. And that's what, you know, President Obama did like almost 8 years ago. It'll be 8 years sometime like next spring, okay? I know he's been in office for 7.5 years, but sometime 8 years next will be next spring. And he was like, oh, in the United States we've been a little too aggressive, you know, we've done these things with trade, you know, I apologize, caught a lot of flack, and that's what happened with Gan Fall in this chapter, okay? It's basically like they're saying, well, shouldn't we protect our homeland? I know that, you know, they're in search of the homeland, but our prosperity, excuse me, not homeland, but prosperity, you know, it makes our people better. That's what we should be doing. But, you know, Gan Fall was looking at it from the other perspective. And so I like seeing that because it shows something that Enryu doesn't have, which is humility. Okay? And if you're in a leadership position, that's something you have to have. You have to be humble. You have to recognize the power that you have. And that's one of the things I'm hoping that, you know, whoever ends up winning the presidency, okay? I'm hoping that's one of the things they're able to convey is just humility. Like, you're in a very powerful position. A lot of people depend on you. You know, look at things from both sides. Don't get us into some bullshit. And that's what, that's what Gan Fall was at that point. And then we have the invasion and Enryu hits. And it's like we have these clash of ideals. And we know in this chapter that Enryu only came to the island because he had his own motives. And so that brings me to the second point. What Enryu says is that this island is not natural. And he says, like, this world has different things. Humans belong in a certain place, clouds belong in a certain place, and the kami belongs in a certain place. And it's like, I'm the kami bitch. Like, pecking order. Like, that's what he did at this point. You know, he comes in, enslaves the remaining members of the kami guard that served under Gan Fall, throws Gan Fall into the Blue Sea. And what I thought was pretty cool was the fact that as he's speaking to Zoro and Robin and Wyper and Nami and Gan Fall, and he says, like, this isn't natural. Yes, it's my plan to crash this island. I don't care about these people because the truth of the matter is you shouldn't be up here anyway. I'm going to paraphrase. I'm going to be pretty close to the actual quote, but he says, you know, you live in the sky, but you're not a bird. You living amongst the clouds and yet you're not a cloud. This isn't natural. And so when he said that, the thing that got me is we as human beings, we thrive off of conflict, okay? Like, why do you watch a show? Why do you read One Piece? Why do you watch it? Yes, it's the story, it's the characters, but it's the conflict, okay? It's the conflict. We thrive off of it. A lot of these origins and creation stories and everything, they all thrive at some point. There's some conflict introduced, okay? You know, in the ancient Egyptian stuff, you know, the god that created the universe did so for the sake of balance, okay? It's like, oh, this shit's dark, light. Like, just conflict, like chaos theory, conflict. Like, this is... Oh man, I love what Oda's doing at this point, man. So just that whole thing about the unnatural stuff, he's actually right, but that's a dangerous ideology. Very dangerous. You know, there's other ways to go about getting the people off the island. You don't just have to crash it. You're the kami, you can order everyone off of it. But because they are so used to the wonders of Skypiea, because they're so used to it, over 200 years, I believe that's what, no, it was over 600 years ago, I believe he came, no, 400 he came to the island. But the thing is, it's like for so long, they've gotten accustomed to everything that it has to offer, okay? They're not going to give it up. People don't like change. And that's one of the things I have a huge fear about with this election. You know, oh, man, I have a huge fear over it because if whoever wins, people are going to be very upset, you know. And I look at what Enryu's saying, and it makes sense, but it's almost like he doesn't have a choice, because if he says it, they're going to riot. They're going to rebel against him. He's going to have to kill everybody. At least this way, and I'm not agreeing with it, but at least this way, if he throws the island into the Blue Sea and kills everybody, it'll be over with quick. It'll be over with quick. And it's almost like he's doing the right thing, okay? He's letting them live in bliss and fear. And then when he decides to kill all of their assets, it'll be over with so fast that they won't recognize what happened. And that's why I'm going to cut this off, because this is a chapter I had a very heavy heart reading. So my chapter question for you guys is, what did you think about that point? Did you think that what I said was right as far as Enryu taking the better approach of saying it's better to end their suffering now opposed to tell them what I want and have to kill all of them? Like, what you think about that whole scenario? But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share. As always, I will greatly appreciate it. Follow the social media. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.
「